Hello students, welcome to Web Technologies online classes. Today I am going to explain about the concept of types of CSS. In the last classes we have discussed about the what is CSS, what is the syntax of CSS and how to use the CSS files. Okay, so now we have to learn about the CSS types of CSS. How many types of CSS we have in this session I will explain. Okay, right, now let us start our session. Okay, types of CSS. CSS is added to HTML pages. css is CSS is nothing but cascading style sheets. If you want to define any styles, in that time we can create a CSS. Okay, cascading style sheets we have to create. So CSS is added to HTML pages to format the document according to information in the style sheet. To format the document according to information in the style sheet. Here formatting is nothing but if you create any CSS file with different styles, then so by using that CSS file in our web page we can apply the styles, we can format the text, we can apply the different types of styles to show the web page more effectively. So CSS styles are very useful to create a most efficient and colorful website. Okay, right. So if you create any CSS, so how many ways we have to link that web page? So actually first we have to develop one plain web page without applying any styles. So for that one HTML file we have to create now. So after that styles you can introduce to apply the our current web page, to apply the current web page. So there are how many there are three ways to create a styles. There are three ways to use styles in our web page. Actually without using CSS styles, if you develop any HTML web page, that is only pure HTML page, it is not an effective link. It is not an effective link. So if you want to show your website with an effective look or very colorful website, so in that case we can use CSS files. So that type of those CSS files we have to link in our document in three ways. In our HTML page we have to link by using CSS styles in three ways only. We have a three ways to link CSS files into in our current document, current web page. Okay, right. So the first one is inline CSS. The first one is inline CSS. Second one is internal CSS. Third one is external CSS. So these three are the ways to link the CSS files into in our HTML web page. So first we have to see about the inline CSS. Here I given diagram, carefully observe. There are three types of CSS. The first one is inline CSS. Second one is internal CSS. Second one is internal CSS. Third one is external CSS. Carefully observe the diagram here. And after that, first we have to know about the first option, inline CSS. An inline style may be used to apply a unique style for a single element. An inline style may be used to apply a single style. An inline style may be used to apply a unique style for a single element. So inline CSS means, for example, now I am opening one notepad window. HTML is the root element closing, and head tag I am creating. This is also closing head tag, one slash is enough, right? And title I am giving for the web page. Now I am showing inline style sheet example. Okay, inline styles, and title tag I am closing. title tag I am closing. Right. Now body tag I am using. In between body tag, whatever the text we want to represent on the web page, so for that we have to use some HTML element. Carefully observe here. Here I am using h1 tag, opening and closing tag, opening and closing tag. Here hypertext markup language. Hypertext markup language is my heading 1, and one more heading I am giving h1 closing, cascading style sheets, cascading style sheets. So now I am saving this file. Now I am saving on the desktop. Now I am saving this file on the desktop. Inline dot css, save as type is all files. Okay, now I have saved this file on the desktop. Where it is? Here it is not saved. Why? Inline file is there na? Wait, save as inline.html. okay, right, inline.html, save as type is all files. So now it has created it has created the web page right now without using any styles. So now I am executing this file. Two headings it is displaying na. The web page contains two headings. What are they? Hypertext markup language, cascading style sheets. These two are h1 related headings because of internally the code contains two h1 elements. So now I want to apply some styles for a particular h1 element. So for that, inline styles I am using style attribute I am using is equal to, here in between double quotes, now color colon red. So one style I have applied by using style attribute, for this first h1 particular element, but this style is applicable only for this line, only, and for the second h1 element I haven't applied any styles. And this is applying for a particular element na, the style attribute equal to color colon red. So now I want to apply for the first h1 tag, for the first h1 element purpose, red color I want to apply for the text. Okay, by using style attribute I can apply here only for first h1 element. Second h1 element I haven't applied any styles. Understood? So carefully observe. Now I am saving this one. What it will happen? Now I am refreshing the page. So it has applied with the red color na, the first h1 element. But what about the second h1 element? Because of here I have not used any style attribute. So that is called inline style sheets. Inline style sheet, because of it is applying only inline na, the style attribute we have used in h1, first h1 element, only this particular element. So this styles applicable only for this line only. So this is called inline style sheets. This is called inline styles. We are applying the styles for a single element, for this single line purpose. So that's why it is called inline style sheets. So by using style attribute you can apply only inline styles. And now we have completed about the inline style sheets. Now I want to explain about the second one. Here I given one example, you better to practice. So if you want to apply for this other styles also, carefully observe a style attribute here applied in the first H1. Now I want to apply here also, no problem. But style attribute, if you use the style attribute, that particular properties, whatever the properties you have defined, that particular properties it is using for that particular line only. So that's why it is called inline element. It is applying for only say single line, applying the styles for only a single lines. Okay, so the first heading contain red color and second heading contain green color. Because of I have used inline styles, but I have used a style attribute for the red color purpose first H1, green color purpose second H1. Understood? So each and every color independently it is applying to H1 element na. So for the first line I have applied red color. So this style is belongs to only for first H1, and this style is belongs to color column green equal color column green. It is also the second color column green. It is also applied for second H1 heading. So like that, if you want to apply individual colors for a particular element, inline style sheets are very useful. So inline sheets, if you want to apply any styles for by using inline style sheets, style attribute is very useful. So now we have completed about the concept of inline style sheets. Now we have to see about the internal CSS. Internal CSS. Internal CSS is used to apply CSS on a single document, or page. In previous example, in inline style sheet, if you want to apply any styles for a particular element, for that purpose we can use the inline styles. But while coming to the internal CSS, if you want to apply any styles for the entire document, or entire page, so inline style sheets are very useful. Internal style sheets are very useful. It can affect all the elements of the page. It is written inside the style tag within head section. So carefully observe here. Now one more notepad I am opening. Here HTML is root element. HTML is also a closing element. Head section, title, here I am applying the internal style sheets. Now body tag I am using. Here H1 tags, how many times I am using? 2 times I want to use for the H1 tag. This is now object oriented programming is one heading. Now in the second H1, procedure oriented programming. Now I am saving this one. Now I am saving on the desktop. Internal.html, all files. Save as type is all files. Now I have saved this one. Actually this is, here I am not applied any styles. How we can link the styles? By using internal style sheets concept. Now I am executing this one. It is a pure HTML without applying any styles. The output is looks like this. Here I haven't applied any styles. in the internal style sheets. Now whatever the output we are showing, whatever the output I am showing here, that is without styles. Now I want to apply, I want to use internal style sheets. How you can apply internal style sheets here? By using style tag we have to use. In inline styles, style attribute we can use. Okay, if you want to apply any style for the particular element, for that we can use the style attribute. But if you want to apply some styles into a complete web page, complete web document, so then you can use the style tag. You can use the style tag, style opening and closing tag. In between CSS styles we have to write. Here for the h1 element I am writing styles. Carefully observe. Here color colon blue color I am applying. Okay, and background hyphen color colon yellow. Okay, so two styles I have applied for the h1 elements. So here in the inline style sheets, if you use the style attribute for the first h1 tag, the style attribute can apply the styles only for the particular first h1 tag only. Second h1 purpose there is no style tag. But if you want to apply other styles for the second h1, then you can use the style attribute and with different styles. Okay, no problem. But style attribute is used to only for a particular element to apply the styles. So if you use the style attribute here, then only for this line we can apply the styles. And if you want to apply the styles for this second h1 also, then again you have to write the style attribute, again you have to apply the styles. So then only second h1 is also can applicable by using, can use that styles by using style attribute. Okay, but here if you write once here in the h1, so in the entire h1 document, in the entire web page, how many h1 tags you used? So all h1 tags, these styles can be used. Here two h1's purpose I have written the code like this only one time. So while executing time, every h1 element it can import these all properties and show the output by using that styles only. Now I am saving this one. Again I am executing. Carefully observe. So all are applying with same styles now. So because of these two headings by using h1 elements. Okay, same h1 na. So that's why two headings applied with the same styles only. So like that, if you want to apply any styles for the complete web page, internal style sheets are very useful. So if you internal styles, how you can apply in the head section, by using style opening and closing tag, in between you have to write the styles for the elements. So for if you have one more h1 tag is also, then like that if you use the 1000 times also, so 1000 times the single property, these two properties applicable for the h1 elements. Understood? CSS I have given here. Now I am refreshing the page. It is also applied with same color and same styles, same background color. Now understood na? So like that if you want to use 1000 times also, 1000 times the same property it can use. So these two properties it can apply for the 1000 times also. Understood? So that is the advantage of inline style sheets. Sorry, internal style sheets. And internal style sheets also called embedded style sheets. Internal style sheets also called embedded style sheet because of the styles also we can apply along with the HTML page na. Actually this is completely HTML page. So in that HTML page I have declared the styles by using style tag. This complete portion completely belongs to styles na, this complete portion. So I have integrated with, I have embedded with HTML document. So that's why it is called embedded style sheets. And by using internal and inline style sheets, we have not achieved code reusability. So once you write the code, so only for this particular document you can use number of times. But I want to apply same styles to some other document. Then how can it is possible? By using inline style sheets, it is not possible. If you want to apply these same styles in some other document, for that we can use the third option, external style sheets. External style sheets. Carefully observe. Now I am minimizing this one. This one is also I am minimizing, and this one is also I am minimizing. Again, one notepad window I am writing. So here, this is external file example, external style sheet example. Inline style sheets are completed, and external. If you need to use your style sheet, to various pages, then it's always recommended to define a common style. If you need to use your style sheet into various pages, nothing but various websites, then it's always recommended to define a common style sheet in a separate file. So whatever the styles, if you want to write, those all styles I want to write in some other document and also save with .css extension. And after that CSS file we have to link by using link tag into our current HTML page. Now how it is the process I would like to show right now. So for that I am opening one notepad window, again one HTML page, opening and closing HTML pages I have opened, and here head section I am opening and closing. Now title tag I want to use. Title tag. What is the title name here? External style sheets. Because of now the concept is going on what? External style sheets. So that's why external style sheets title I have given. And now body tag I am defining here. Closing body tag, and here h1 closing also I have declared, and here HTML. Okay, right, this is heading. Now I want to define some paragraph. I want to expand hypertext markup language. So now I want to close the paragraph tag is also, and now I am saving this one on the desktop. External dot HTML. Save as type is all files. Now I am minimizing this one. This is also I am minimizing. So now I am clicking on this file. So HTML hypertext markup language. HTML is the heading, and paragraph I have a complete abbreviation, hypertext markup language, because here I am not applied any styles. Now I want to create one more file. Because of external CSS I want to create external CSS file now. So for that one more notepad I am using. So here you don't use any script style tag, just simply CSS styles you can apply. So here h1 purpose I am using same like this element I have used. For that color colon red I am using, semicolon, and background hyphen color colon yellow is enough. So for the h1 element purpose I have applied this style, I have created these styles. And next one more tag is there now. For the paragraph purpose, again one more style I am creating, color colon green. Okay, right. Text hyphen size 20, text hyphen size 20 pixels, right. So now I have completed this one, and background hyphen color equal to sky blue. Okay, sky blue color I applied. So now I have created styles with the for the h1 element and the for the paragraph element. Now I want to create this file, external dot css. Before I have created external dot css. Name is your wish, but these two are related names, now that's why I have given. So how can you find out css files? Simply first you save the .css extension and save as type is all files. Now I have saved this file on the desktop. Carefully observe external css, what it is showing. All of you carefully observe. Here my mouse is moving now. So external file is looking like that, looks like this. So one setting symbol it is showing now on the file. So external css files showing like that. So HTML files showing like this, nothing but in the browser way it can show like that. Now, so now I want to link that file into my external file, my external HTML file. Because of here I have created HTML file and also created CSS file. Now I want to link that CSS file into our current HTML page. For that link tag I want to use. Link tag we need to use, and relation also we have to give. Here we are telling to the web server. Here we are telling to the web browser. Web browser internally contain web server. So what is this file? What type of file you want to linking here? So that information we are giving by using relation attribute. By using link tag inside relation attribute we have to use style sheet. Style sheet I have given. That information we are giving first. Okay, style sheet. And next one href. Href attribute we have to use, and in between double quotes the file location we have to pass. So if the two files available in the same location, directly we can pass the external.css. Directly we can pass the external.css. So the file name is what actually? External file name, external.css. So this information we need to give by using link tag. Now I want to close this link tag. So actually sometimes if the external file is not available on the HTML place location, actually here external HTML file and external CSS file available at the desktop. So there is no requirement of path declaration. But if this file is available, if the file is available in some other location, nothing but some videos, okay, some E drive I have pasted. So the CSS file is available here only. Carefully observe. Now I want to copy this address location. I want to copy this address location and also paste here only. e:/external.css. File name you need to place. Okay. So now I am saving this file again. Now I am executing. So the colors applied na, styles applied na by using external file. Here extra we have to use one extra CSS file, and in that file we have to create our own styles for the particular elements. After that, after saving the CSS file, that CSS file we need to link into in our current web page. Okay, by using link tag. Here two attributes are playing very important role, that is relation. By using link tag inside we have to create the relation attribute we have to use. So that is the relation attribute functionality is what? It is telling to the browser. It is telling to the browser what is the what type of file you are linking here. Okay, so now I am telling the as a value style sheets. So here I am linking style sheets. That information I am giving to the web browser. Web browser internally it can transfer that information to the web server. Okay, right. Next href is what? Href attribute is what? The external CSS file where the location it has. So that location and also that file name with extension also we need to give. Then only that entire file properties comes to here only. Okay, so after that h1 and p tag, we can use h1 and p tags are used from the style user styles from the external css file. Okay, so like that we need to create the css files. So there are three types of ways: inline style sheets and external style sheets. Inline style sheets, internal style sheets, and also external style sheets. So these three are very important in the CSS. You better to learn. Without practice, you can't get an awareness. So compulsory, you must have to better. You must better to read and better to practice. Then only you will get an awareness on this programming language, right? And today I'm going to ending this session. And in the next class, I would like to explain with the new concept. Okay, right? Thank you very much. I hope you enjoyed this session.